Hey everyone, today I'm sitting down with a truly inspiring person. Amari, at just 22 years old, is already a homeowner, successful realtor, and also a business owner. We graduated together from Hillside High in 2020, where he was top of his class both academically and in sports. Since then, he's built a career in real estate, becoming a homeowner at an age most people are just getting started. On top of that, for the last 5 years, he's been running Red Mill Trail Ride, a business that brings the community of Durham together through horseback riding. His journey is a true testament to hard work, perseverance, and staying true to your passion. I'm excited to hear more about how he made all this happen at such a young age. I'll be heading out to his new place in Wilson to hear more about his journey trooping through life.
What's up, Troop? Welcome to my first house.
The intro gonna be hard.
Alright, bet. I should have cut the lights on, but I've been chilling. So that's one of the bedrooms right here.
I'm finna move in.
One bathroom. It's the only full bathroom in the house. It's an older house. There's another bedroom. I guess it looks like a guest bedroom for friends and family. Y'all come down. So you got the kitchen. We just got this today. This just came in. I don't know how to feel about this. The space kind of tight, but work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
A lot of cabinets too, man.
Yeah.
We don't got no pantry, but we got a lot of cabinets. This is where the washer and dryer gonna go. It's gonna be a stackable.
Now, your parents had home or not?
You said, was I living in the crib?
Yeah. Or did y'all have an apartment?
No, I had an apartment, bro.
Tight shit. So this is first crib.
Had an
First
apartment,
crib.
and then, being one of the bathrooms.
This one got the mirror type shit.
Yeah, like come from outside, I use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Go right there.
Put the house back here, bro.
Oh, into the gate right there?
Yeah, in the gate
Oh, yeah.
right
Yeah, OD space. Finna cut down some trees.
Cut down this tree, take out them poles, redo the backyard.
Put a little pool right there.
Shit. Gate, you see the white gate over there?
Yeah.
Think about doing something like that.
Yeah,
To match
fancy.
the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And then shoot, little back patio, man.
Yeah.
Make this like you come out, we're gonna all be standing up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huh?
How many people you had over?
Not too many, man.
Oh, it's actually, I thought it was the first one, baby.
Bro, you really like the
First friend over? Ah, I feel special. Nah, I was in New York staying at a little Airbnb for sure, bro. It was just like this.
Attic, but they turned it into living space.
Yeah.
You know, put
They finished it out.
2 twin beds, one right here, one right there.
Facts.
Go bathroom for upstairs. Just like the upstairs bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
They damn did it right. And then you go the other side to it. They gonna make like a little theater, a little room.
Yeah, the man cave.
They put another couch in here.
Facts.
Put a mountain TV on the wall.
Facts. Everybody be vibing, chilling.
Telling you. It's a lot of space, bro. I don't know what to do with it, but you know, we'll figure it out.
Facts. I'm here with Amari. Do you want to just introduce yourself? Tell them who you are.
Alright, shoot, my name is Amari Lee, to be exact. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. Born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. Went to Hillside High School.
But looking back at your time at Hillside, or our time at Hillside, because we was both there, both graduated 2020 at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you always see yourself becoming a homeowner and a realtor at such a young age, or did your goals evolve along the way from Barton to whatever happened next?
Yeah, definitely. My goals changed, man. I saw myself as being a Major League Baseball player. I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to college. Starting off, I was in high school playing baseball. Everyone kind of always said, "Mar, you gonna make it, bro. You gonna make it to the league or whatever." So I took that same energy and went to college.
When did you start playing baseball?
I started playing baseball around like 4 years old, man. As soon as I could walk, I was playing baseball.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my goals definitely changed over time. Becoming a realtor definitely came from college and just wanting more knowledge in real estate, honestly.
So at Barton, what were you going to school for?
I went to school for sports medicine.
So nothing related to home ownership,
Nothing related
business,
to
finance.
homeownership, business,
Okay.
finance.
Okay.
Nothing, man. I went to school for sports medicine.
Yeah, I feel like at 18, they like really 17, because my first week
Yeah.
at college, I was 17 years old.
Man.
So no way at 17 am I supposed to have the same goals at 25 and 26.
Exactly.
Your goals are supposed to change and evolve, I feel like, over time with the more knowledge that you acquire.
Yeah.
But take us back to when you first decided to start looking at like getting into being a realtor, getting into like buying your first home. Like, what was your motivation behind that?
All right. Like I tell a lot of people, man, my motivation came from a very young age. I'll be honest with you. When I was with my mom, we grew up in an apartment. We grew up in an apartment, and every time I went to my cousin's house, they had a house. Every time I went to my other cousin's house, they had a house. They had a basketball goal out there. They had a backyard. You can go outside. You can play all day long. But when I went to my apartment, I didn't have none of that. So I used to always tell my mom, like, Mom, I want a house. I want to get a house. Let's get a house. And then, you know, it never happened. But as I got older, it was like, yeah, I'm determined to get a house. So that's where that motivation came from, to be honest.
For sure. Just go into the second one. So you're a realtor yourself. So I'm curious. Did you feel the need to hire a realtor when you bought your own home, or did you handle everything on your own?
Yeah. When I first started, man, trying to get into real estate, so we got this book right here because I think you read the book too, right?
Yeah. For
So
sure.
he read the book. I read the book.
I feel like all entrepreneurs, that's like the starter.
Yeah, it's like the start. Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
like the starter kit right there. Side back to having a realtor to represent me when I bought my house. I did reach out to another realtor, but I was like, man, I'm gonna run him around like crazy. So I was like, I took it upon myself, got my license, and represented myself in this transaction, buying this house. For sure.
So now looking back, now that the process is finished, do you feel like it would have been easier if you had a realtor, or do you feel like just because you already experienced in the subjects, you already knew what to do?
For sure, it would have been easier getting another realtor to represent me in the transaction of buying a home, because it would have been hands off for me. But I knew what I wanted to do when I had first got into real estate. I wanted to buy my first house, and I kind of wanted to show people like it's possible to buy your house at a young age. So I kind of wanted to learn the ins and outs about it, man. So that's why I kind of took that path for representing myself.
For sure. And I think you would be a great voice for the next generation, because it's easier to listen to someone that is your age and talks more like you versus me trying to sit in and listen to my 65-year-old professor try to teach me something.
And they don't see it how we see it at a younger age.
For sure. So that's why I think you need to start a course or a booklet or some type of thing that where give people step-by-step advice, and they'll hear it from your type of language and they will understand it more.
No, I'm definitely going to tap into that asset next, for sure.
For sure. Okay.
For sure.
And what would you say? What advantages did you being a realtor benefit? Like, what did you see? Like, I was like, oh, because I took the time to learn this skill. Buying my first house, it was easier to do this, or it's easier to do this. What would you find was the
easiest,
advantageous for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with one, man. This don't sound funny, but it was having access to all the homes you want to go look at. Like,
how'd you have access?
So once you become a realtor, you know, you join the local MLS and things like that, and you can set up just showings, man. You can go check out properties. Just look at any property you want to. You get the keys to them, and you just go in and just look at them. Because typically, you do that to go show your clients the homes. But like I said, you can represent yourself as a realtor when you're buying a home.
I don't have an MLS, and you have an MLS? So explain a little bit more into detail what an MLS is, because I don't know what an MLS is personally.
Okay, so the MLS stands for Multiple Listing Services. And that's where all the homes in the local area, like, I first started out in Durham, North Carolina. So I had Durham, Raleigh, and they can go as far as, you know, you want it to go, honestly, within the North Carolina.
So do you have to get multiple ones for different cities?
Yes, it is multiple ones for like different area codes, like areas. So like Greensboro, for example, I don't have the MLS access to Greensboro. They use a whole nother platform.
How long would it take you to get that MLS certification, or how long would it take me?
So you have to get your real estate license in order to get that.
Okay.
So
we're gonna start it over from the jump, because the MLS is after the real estate license.
Yes. It's that's the advantage of becoming a realtor. You get access to the MLS. It's basically it's a website that has houses that's on the market, maybe that the public don't see on like the apps like Zillow, Redfin, and all the other realtor or real estate apps out there that has the homes, honestly.
What was this house on the apps, or was it on Zillow?
This home was actually on Zillow, but it was on, for the MLS, it wasn't the MLS that I use in Durham and Raleigh and things like that, in those areas.
Cause did you have the MLS for Wilson or no?
Yes, I do have the MLS for Wilson. So it's like depending on what platform the agent used. So it's this thing called. So you got the MLS, but you have like different platforms for different areas. Like you know how the triangle, like Raleigh Durham Triangle, and then you have Triad. You got all the other areas, and I forgot what's the one for Wilson called, but. And in the triangle, the most common one that a lot of realtors use is Dorify MLS. And up here in Wilson, they use a whole nother platform. But it's also some homes on the Dorify MLS here in Wilson that I can see. So it just varies, man. It's a lot. But you definitely get that after you become a realtor.
Okay. So my next question is going to be about surprises. And first I'm going to ask you, do you feel like when becoming a realtor or buying your first home, which one had like you more shocked and you felt, I would say, more unprepared for? Like something that just came out the blue.
I think becoming a realtor caught me by surprise a lot rather than buying a house.
And why you say that?
It's because when you become a realtor, like, of course you're your own boss, you're an entrepreneur and things like that. And you're just not going to wake up and people gonna be calling your phone like, hey, I want to buy a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I want to sell my house. Like, no, I don't work like that. Like, you really got to go out here and market yourself. You got to put yourself out there, you know, go to events to run into people, bump shoulders with people to say, hey, I'm a realtor. I mean, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, here's my contact information. So business will come to you.
That's a great point. So what do you feel like is like 3 ways to market yourself as a realtor?
3 ways to market yourself so far. From what I've been doing, I've strictly been trying to go hard at social media.
It's the new age.
I'm telling you, I mean, that's the most common way now. That's how you get your name out there quick. You know, a lot of people know you. And but I just don't do it a normal way. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I guess I'm gonna share a little bit what I do, and y'all might steal it. So every time I make a reel or a post, man, I send that joint to everybody. As I post it, I send it to people. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? You're gonna see what I'm posting, and you better repost it.
What about your email list too? Because I'll be getting emails from you for sure.
The email list.
That's another way to market yourself.
Yeah, you definitely got to set up an email list.
How'd you set that up? Because I don't even remember signing up for the email list. I'm just getting emails. I'm like, man, I want to buy a house now. Like,
nah, so once you gave me an email, I put your email in this app that we have at EXP. It's called KV Core. And you can set it up through KV Core, and I can also set it up through the MLS that can send you the homes that's on the market for your criteria, basically. Like, if you want a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, I'll put 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and I'll definitely go through the list of other things that you want. So, oh my God, boy.
oh my God.
Hey, I know. Hey,
no, we gotta show that. Hold on. Grab the phone.
Yo, man.
He just dropped. I think he just shit it over. I think is that sports shit? He's taking it off. Nah, that's insane.
that's gonna be funny. You gotta put like a little. I'm gonna clip that.
Yeah, gotta clip that. Random horse.
All right, we back.
We got.
All right. I remember like come over somewhere like right in there. Yeah. So this way or this way?
I don't. No, it should be this way. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that. About that. The shadiness of buying a home, the stuff that's like people sweep under the rug and don't let you know before you buy your first home.
Yeah. Nah, definitely, man. I feel like that's why you need a good realtor to represent you, because their job and their goal is to
know the things
that person that's not in real estate don't know, and we're here to represent you. But a seller will sweep things under the rug, and so that's why it's kind of important when you're buying a house. You get your inspection, you get your survey, so you get your lines of the lots and things like that.
And you did all that before you bought this one?
Yes, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't get an inspection.
What? You rolled that dice?
Yeah, I rolled the dice on this one, man. I didn't get the inspection. It's honestly because it's just like, man, sometimes you just gotta learn as you go. If something happened in this house and I'd be like, you know what, next time I buy a house, I'm getting an inspection. But it's been so far so good with nothing ever happened,
Yeah.
But no, definitely shady things can happen, man. That's why you need a good realtor to represent you.
Have you heard any scary stories?
The thing I heard, it was one story, my mentor, he was like, He was working with a client buying a home, and he put his phone number and another person's name to verify his job and income. So when the realtor called or the loan officer called, he called the buyer and he tried to change his voice. But it get crazy, man. People try to do what they try to do.
They try to finesse. They try to finesse.
Exactly.
Nah, next question, that is, how did you handle the financial side of things? Like, did you have a budget set in mind? And let's say I'm trying to buy my first house. I'm making, let's say, $60K a year. Like, what would be my budget? What I would be able to afford?
Yeah. So when it comes to, helping out clients, when it comes to how much they make versus how much home they can afford, really, as a realtor, we are hands off. That you take those conversations with a lender, because
That's up to the bank.
Yeah, that's up to the lender. It's up to the bank. You kind of discuss your finances part with them. We can kind of give you like a broad idea when it comes to what you're comfortable with paying on a monthly, basis for a house.
For sure.
But me personally, the way I did it, man, it was like I just said, like, what am I comfortable paying with on a monthly basis? So I kind of figured that out, and then I figured out, okay, if I buy a house at this price, this how much my monthly mortgage would be. Yeah. And then, so kind of just what you're comfortable with paying on a monthly basis, honestly. They kind of dictate, how much house you can afford.
And so it's different for everybody, because some people, like with a W-2, they might feel a little bit more comfortable with a higher payment because they know, like, I'm guaranteed this money next week. Yeah. Versus if you're getting that 1099 and it's like real contractor work and you don't know how much you're going to get paid, you might want to not go as crazy on the monthly payment, because you don't know what's coming in.
Unless you have a solid business to the point where it's like
it's consistent.
It's consistent.
Yeah. So, okay, next one is, looking back at your time in high school, shout out Hillside. We got to throw it to Bull City.
I'm saying from Bull City,
real Durham.
Yeah, look, there's some of us in Durham that's not like the stereotypical people that they try to paint us to be. So.
They try to put us in a box and only showcase everything in that box, and they don't want to showcase people stepping outside that box, stepping outside the norms. It's people in Durham that are. They're investors, they're realtors, they're traders, they're homeowners, and you can don't let anyone put you in a box and confine you into that. But looking back at your time in high school, you think the education or any particular experience that or person that shaped your path to become a realtor or be entrepreneurial, any person or activity or thing from your time at Hillside?
From my time at Hillside, I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Hillside pushed you to be a W-2 worker.
Yeah.
They push you to go to college, which is good and safe for someone that's...
Because, it's like they don't want us to fall victim of the ones that don't go to college that, that's struggling in a way. Not because that's how they think. Like, if you don't go to college, you're probably gonna struggle. But, man, look. I dropped out of college. I ain't struggling, you know what I mean?
I dropped out of college, but still able to have $100K a year.
You see what I'm saying?
Without a degree, for sure.
So it's like, but it definitely opens your mind when you go to college.
Yeah, for sure. And I enjoyed my experience there too.
But I'm really trying to think, man. I don't think there's really nobody at school that really, motivated me to be a realtor, entrepreneur, or take on the route I took. Now I will say my mother, throughout my whole life, she motivated me to be an entrepreneur, like self-driven, kind of having your mind on one thing and just going at it. Like, she really kind of instilled that in me, and my father as well.
Yeah,
sure.
I got to shout out to Hill. I feel like they put in me, like, anything I put my mind to, I'll be able to accomplish. And I feel like they didn't tell me to be an entrepreneur. They didn't tell me to start trading. Yeah, they told me to be Brian, and Brian is good enough.
I'm telling you.
And Brian can accomplish things if he puts his mind to it.
Yeah, and that's the same thing, man. Yeah. Hillside definitely let you be yourself for one. They work with you. And they try to figure out what you good at. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you good at this? All right, let's go for that. Like, I know. Wasn't you like a class president at one point or something like that?
Student body president.
You see what I'm saying? And me, I was Mr. Freshman as soon as I got to New Tech. So it was like just stepping out your comfort zone and they motivating you. That really,
it's really that Hillside connection, and they we wouldn't have known each other for that.
I'm telling you.
And I feel like that's a blessing of my relationships I made for sure. When you found this house, what made you feel like, okay, this is the one for me?
Okay, so when I found this house, I felt like this was the one for me because, for one, I wanted to be an investor. I wanted to get into a house, and I was like, I want to do some work to it, but damn, work gonna cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? And I don't really know what I'm doing. So when I bought this house, it was like the best of both worlds in a way for me. It's because it came fully renovated in the inside. New
nice.
LVP flooring, new paint, new electrical with the lights.
Yep.
New,
Just got new
plumbing.
appliances.
Yeah, I just got some new appliances.
Looks really nice in there.
It's like, I mean, it came fully renovated in the inside. So now all that's needed is some TLC on the outside, some tender, what's it called?
10-11 care.
Yeah, I was gonna say it backwards, but that's all it need on the outside, and that's a form of like, you know, sweat equity. Sweat equity is when you put your own work into a property
I never
to
heard
bring
that.
up the value.
That's sweat equity. That's what it takes sometimes.
I'm telling you.
Any business is going to take a little bit of sweat equity.
I'm telling you,
For sure.
Put in some work, bring the value up of it, and then, you know, reap the benefits of that appreciation later down the line.
Facts.
So that's why I feel like it's probably.
I could pay for someone to edit up this video, but I'm gonna put some sweat equity into this, and I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna chop this up myself.
real.
You're gonna have to put in a little bit of something. You can't just expect to always be receiving without putting anything in. That's not how life works. You always got to put something in. And what you feel like? What's the most that you put into this house? But you feel like since it was mainly already renovated, the main thing was the investment into the house.
Yeah, the main thing so far, I haven't really done anything yet. I've just been doing little things, you know, like adding mirrors to the bathroom, adding new lights in the bathroom, putting new cabinet space in the bathroom. What else? The kitchen appliances, just ordered that. I mean, just got that delivered today. The main thing is going to be the outside, like cleaning up. So one thing, we're going to add some new shutters. We're going to do new gutters. Probably going to do new front yard. Probably going to pull up that grass. You know what I'm saying? Put some new grass out there.
Get a little more out there.
A driveway in the back to connect to the back door. A backyard patio. I want to do that.
Yeah, that kind of leads into my next question, talking about your future plans. And you can say like, that was the future plans for this house. And what are you thinking about like outside of this house? Are you thinking about other properties to be flipped or other properties that you rent out? Like what do you feel like is next? Do you feel like, I'm gonna ask that later too in like the speed round. A little spoiler. But do you feel like what you want to do next? Are you more into flipping now, or you want to find rental properties?
Definitely. I feel like I'm more into flips.
We're gonna talk about the benefits and the downsides to both of those now.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely downsides to it. But you know, I'm leaning more towards flips right now, just to build that cash up, build the cash up. You know, put it to the side, reinvest it and use that for a down payment. My ultimate goal, y'all, is to buy small apartment complexes. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to build some cash to, you know, for a down payment.
And
for that.
when you say small, are you talking like a 4-door, 6-door? Like,
Yeah, like fourplexes, 6, 8, 10. Nothing too crazy though. Like I ain't trying to
48?
Yeah, no, I ain't trying to do that, man. It's too much to deal with. But
Yeah.
I mean, if that opportunity come, I would definitely pull the trigger on it. But
that's down the line.
yeah, that's down the line.
That's down the line.
Next, really like this year, definitely some flips with some partners like Brian. You know what I'm saying? My other homeboy, like we definitely want to do some flips, man.
Okay.
So you know, flipping real estate, builds cash.
And then what would you say a downside to flipping is?
The downside to flipping, man, you think you may know what you're doing, or you think you may know the numbers, but it might not be it for real. You know,
might come out that flip negative.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna say negative, but you might spend more than you expected. Like, say for instance, we walk a property and we like, oh yeah, this is a good potential flip, but you get a contractor come out there, they looking through the floor, oh it's rotted. So then you gotta pull up the floor, you know, you gotta get up under the house. A pipe might be real old that we didn't know, and it's a major pipe, and it may cost an arm and a leg. So little things like that. But that's the real downside. As long as you know the market, you know the comps, you can
Making the flip work.
Yeah, you can make the flip work for sure.
Okay, and then for let's say rentals, we're just gonna combine short-term rentals and long-term rentals. What do you say a pro about having a rental property is?
If you can get a long-term rental with a low monthly mortgage, that's good. And then with the rent being, you know, high in the area, that's good. That's cash flow. Like, you know, but say if you got a mortgage of, we just gonna say $1,500, right? $1,500 mortgage. and the average rent in the area is only $1,800. That's real risky. You know, like you're really not gonna be cash flowing. Yet they're gonna be paying out your property, but it's like
You still gonna have to pay for a crib that you're not living in.
exactly. If something was to come up, if they had to leave or something. So definitely, if you get into long-term rental, I will say make sure you put a good down payment on the property, or you buying a real distressed property that you can refinance later after you then rehab it. You know.
Okay, so you would say the pros would be being able to refinance later down the road, or having a property that's being able to cash flow.
Yeah, that's the pro.
Which just
for sure.
means what you're renting it for is more than what you're paying for the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say the con was?
The con is like you getting into a property, you thinking it's gonna be able to rent out because you know it's in a good area, but if your mortgage is high, and then the average rent is not even over that enough to the point where you can really cash flow, that can be a con, man. I mean, I just wouldn't do it, you know.
Makes sense. What do you feel? Okay. So now that you're a homeowner, what are some things you wish you known before you bought this house? It's early. I know it's early. You just got here. Everything is still kind of bliss right now. Everything's still game.
But some funny things, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was ignorant to a lot of things when it came to actually owning the home. Like yes, I know how to buy a home because I'm a real estate course and things like that. Like, I know how to buy the house. But y'all, you said some surprises.
Yeah.
Some surprises, man. It was like the electricity.
Well, some surprises or some things you you wish you knew.
Oh, okay. So the things I wish I knew. I wish I knew I had to pay daggone for the trash cans that I don't have out here. It's like little things, man. Yeah, like it's like $50 a trash can. Like what? I didn't know that.
So you just one time payment.
Yeah, one time payment.
Okay. One time.
And then I got a light in the backyard. It's a city light. I didn't know I had to pay to get that cut on. Like that surprised me. I was like, "What the word? You gotta pay?" I thought I just cut on because of the time.
The city.
The
I
night.
thought the city paid for it. It's a city light.
I'm telling you, things like that. Another thing, man. I think really that's really about it. So far.
It's early. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back in like 3 months.
Yeah, come back in 3 months. I'm gonna have some stuff for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be some more things that you wish you knew. There's some more surprises that's gonna pop out. But right now everything feels like a good decision for sure.
It feels like a good decision for sure.
Okay, you got some advice now that you've already done it. You already bought your first home. Like, what's some advice you would give to a homeowner or a home buyer?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just restart that. Do you have any advice for a first-time home buyer who might be feeling overwhelmed or feel like the process is too much to handle, especially coming from renting where all you have to do is, sign a lease and move all my stuff in and I'm locked in for 12 to 14 months?
Yeah, for sure. I will tell y'all, like, buying your first house, I did the numbers the other day and I was like, man, I only spent about $4,500 to get into this house. That's it. So I'm saying it to say, like, you don't need $10,000, $20,000. Like, you do not need all that money to get into your first house.
Especially for a first time?
Yeah, for your first house.
How is it so low?
Because it's programs out here that, that incentivizes, I don't know if I use the right word, but that promotes buying a home.
I feel like incentivizes because it gives you benefits.
Yeah,
because
it gives you benefits to, to buy your first house because, I don't even want to say that, but it definitely gives you benefits to buy your first house. And it's just like, America kind of, that's all I ain't want to talk about this, but America is kind of based on the benefit home ownership in a way because of the taxes and things like that. You get tax breaks on your house. But yeah, man, you do not need a whole lot of cash to get into your first house. Closing costs is probably going to be the main thing you need. Appraisal fees and inspection fees to get into your first house for sure. So yeah.
So for the first time home buyers, they shouldn't feel overwhelmed with the down payment and worrying about costs that they shouldn't even be worrying about at the beginning. What do you feel like a first time home buyer should be? What should be their main concern then?
Yeah, main concern is definitely fixing your credit. Make sure you have a solid credit. And
what's considered solid when buying a house?
Man, it varies, bro. There's programs out here that can get you to a house with. I don't know, it's things I don't want to be saying, but I'm just saying, man. You can kind of get into a house with 600 minimum, 550. it's programs out here that kind of help you, you know.
And then let's say I do have that 550, that 600. If I do buy my first house and I'm responsible and I'm making payments on time, I'm putting a little bit of extra in. Would that help boost my credit?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So then buying my second house would be easier.
Yeah, because now you got collateral.
Yeah.
Your house is it can be used as collateral when it comes to getting loans from the bank, and that's why I kind of knew.
But if you have a 550. Then you're missing payments.
Yeah,
they're gonna take that house away.
Yeah, that ain't your house no more, man. That's gonna be the bank house. So, I mean, that's like anything. Like, you know, you give or you lend something. Nah, it's not even that, y'all. Because I heard somebody say that it was like, is it really your house if you know what I'm saying?
If you owe something on it.
Yeah, if you owe something on it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your house. It's your keys. The deeds in your name. But of course, somebody gonna take that house from you if you're not paying them payments.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. My parents have been in the same house since I was in the 6th grade, and they're still making their monthly payment on the house. But it's still there. It's still their crib.
Yeah, it's theirs. They can sell it when they want to sell it. They can rent it out.
No one can take that crib away from them. Literally.
Unless they stop paying.
Yeah, literally.
That's it. So just pay your mortgage, man. You knew what you signed up for.
Literally. But even if you have a low credit score, it's programs that can help you out, and if you're responsible, you'll be able to be like him and be a homeowner for sure.
Definitely talk to your lenders. Like, I be trying to tell a lot of people that like they think that they just can't get a house, but you never reached out to a lender to discuss your financial problems or you know the things that you may have problems with when it comes to trying to own a home. So reach out to lenders, and they can really explain it better than I can about the whole process of acquiring a loan.
Is there anything else you want to share about your experience buying your first house that we've been talking? Some things that sparked your mind that we haven't brought up yet.
I wish we could show. Well, you gonna show them the house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but have some money or have good credit. Do something. I wouldn't just utilize your credit. Use cash. You gotta furnish that house now. You gotta furnish your house, and it's not cheap when you're furnishing your house. So definitely have some money put together for that. Utilize friends and family for anything in the house that you may need. But any other advice that I may have for y'all?
Yeah. Any advice or anything you want to share about your own experience?
I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm trying to think.
All right.
Okay, I got you.
If you want to think, I can read this real fast and you can think. But
I got you. I got you. So when you buy the house, do your research. Just don't utilize and rely on a realtor because we cannot read your mind, y'all. You got to do some research on the area that you're looking to get into.
And probably be upfront with your realtor so they can help you out.
For sure, man. When you're not being upfront with us, it's gonna be hard for us to help you out. So you being upfront with us, letting us know like this is the do's or this is like the needs versus my wants. Like this hold more weight than this. Like just be upfront with yourself and with your realtor because you can make the process way easier and honestly quicker. And another thing, y'all. 3 months before I got my house, I was more ready to buy my house.
3 months before you bought your house, you was more ready?
Yeah, 3 months before I bought my house, I was more ready to buy my house back then.
What you mean by that?
Financially, credit, all types of stuff. Okay. I was in a better like probably man.
What changed in the last 3 months?
What changed in the last 3 months? The procrastination and scared to pull the trigger on a good property. Honestly.
Was it another property that you wanted to get before this one?
Yeah, for sure. It was a property in Durham, right there by Central. Because I told y'all I got into real estate, wanted to be an investor and a homeowner at the same time. Yeah. And Central, it was a property like 2 streets away from Central. And I waited too long to put the daggone offer in. And I got approved for more than what the home was worth. So I would have got the house. I just didn't pull the trigger. Okay. And I would have been in Durham. But it's okay. I came here, got a bigger house, more space. So more opportunities.
For sure. And then eventually it's going to be another crib over there in Durham that's going to be open if you always want to, have that Durham crib.
For sure. So yeah, man. It's an exciting journey. It's been exciting so far.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing your journey with us. I'm sure a lot of people will find it helpful and inspiring, especially if you're looking to buy your first house. Best of luck with everything here. I hope you enjoy this house. It's beautiful, and I feel like you're smart enough to figure anything out. Anything that comes in the way, I feel like you're going to handle it for sure.
Appreciate that, bro.
And hopefully it's not much coming in the way. Hopefully it's a whole bunch of good in your future, and you don't have to solve problems.
We got some stuff lined up for the summertime, man. Especially with spring coming around. So
okay,
yeah, for sure. We'll stay locked in.
Okay, this is gonna be like the little fast-paced thing right here. We're gonna actually try to lock in. I'm gonna try to do this actually OD fast.
So you gonna be questions?
Yeah. I gotta read OD fast, and hopefully we can do this in like one take now.
All right, let's try it out.
Yeah. If not, bro, we're just retake this one for sure. Okay. Describe home ownership in one word.
Journey.
Would you rather flip or rent?
Flip.
Okay. Must have for you. What's something a house must have?
Must have a big enough living room for family, you know.
Is your dream home, is it like a high-rise condo or is it a country mansion?
Definitely the country mansion
Or
a modern day mansion with 50 acres, man.
For the family, for the horses, for everyone.
Yes, man. Family, horses, everyone. I want the barn so I can go chill at the barn, you know what I'm saying? So,
okay. What's the most important quality in a realtor?
Personality and characteristics, like how you carry yourself and, you know, things like that.
Gotta be a good person.
Easiest
way to add value to your home.
Adding square footage.
Okay, put a little shed in the back for sure. Put a little guest house in the back. Best city to buy a home in, personal preference.
In the RDU area.
RDU, okay. Worst part of real estate.
Work going unnoticed. You feel like your work going unnoticed. Let me say that.
What's the most overrated feature in a home and underrated feature in a home?
Oh, I don't know, man. Kitchen. Underrated basement for sure.
The basement's hard. And then, but then my boy Shane Perry had basement. He had a stripper pole in the basement.
Man, you remember we threw a party in the basement?
We threw a party in the basement, bro. Oh my God. High school was the time, bro. Durham was different. First reaction when getting the keys.
This shit is finally over. Thank you, Jesus.